Florida is hot. Now, this is because it's actually closer to the sun than any other part of the planet. Okay, so I made that last bit up, but it is very hot, and especially in those summer months. Now, honestly, I do think for me personally, this is part of the reason that I love Florida so much, as it is wonderful while you're sitting by a pool or maybe relaxing on a beach. But when it comes time to hit those theme parks, things can get really uncomfortable really quickly. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you all of my pro tips to help you beat the heat on your trip to Walt Disney World. Okay then, so getting right into it, the first tip I would give you to beat the heat is to stay hydrated. Now, as obvious as this may sound, people do often underestimate the amount of fluid that they might need to take on during the very hot conditions in Florida. And I'm not talking about sodas, although of course they're better than nothing. I'm talking more like water or sports hydration drinks along the lines of Powerade or something similar. You know, the ones that have the added electrolytes and stuff. These drinks can be really good for getting those fluids back into you, especially on those super hot summer days when, let's be honest, it's all a bit gross, but you're sweating buckets. Important to note here is that you can actually take your own drinks into the theme parks too, so long as they're not in glass containers or alcohol. And this can be a great way to save a few dollars in the process, because Disney, you know what, they're gonna make you pay for those beverages. Unless of course you use this second little tip, which is that you can actually get a free cup of ice water from any counter service restaurant. Just pop up to the counter, ask for ice water, and they'll be happy to provide it for you. Okay, I'm moving on to our next tip now, and again, this one does sound super obvious, but not everybody does it. I've been guilty of it in the past. Make sure that you put on plenty of sunscreen. Like seriously, get that stuff right on there. Even if, like me, you do not tend to get burnt very easily in the sun, you will most likely be burned in Florida. And that can be a really bad thing, because I know, I'm speaking from experience, I have done it. It was very sore and unpleasant. Alright then, get yourself a fan, one that you can take with you wherever you go. These can be a real lifesaver in the heat of the day. We actually got some really good ones from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below to the ones we use. And we've used them for years and they've just been great. We usually have a stroller with us because we've got younger children, and we literally clip them to the stroller and have them blowing cool air onto the children the entire time we're at the theme parks. Now, of course, there are other options such as those spray type fans that you get from the various vendors inside the park, but again, these are not the cheapest, although I must admit they are super effective. Then, of course, there are the neck type fans that have become a bit of a trend over the last couple of years. Now, I've got to be honest, never used them myself, but I know some people that swear by them. Also worth a mention here are the cooling towels, which can be a highly effective and inexpensive way to get some fast relief from the heat of the day. We've used these in the past and they can certainly help out a lot. Get some shade. It can really make a difference. Stand in the shade. Do not stand in the sun all day. If you can't find any naturally occurring shade, might I recommend an umbrella or some kind of parasol that you can actually carry around with you. Gotta be honest, these can look a little bit goofy. I certainly feel a bit daft when I'm carrying one, but I guarantee you'll not be the only person who's doing it, because honestly, it is a super effective way to get a break from the heat. Do make sure that you're taking air conditioning breaks. Disney has got lots of lovely shops, stores, rides and indoor shows that are all air conditioned, and you should definitely be taking advantage. If things are just getting too hot in the heat of the day and you're at, say, Magic Kingdom, I would recommend you go watch a show, something like Carousel of Progress, for example, that's roughly 20 minutes. You get to sit down and it's air conditioned the entire time. Plus, of course, it's a classic attraction that you have to do at least once, so you can tick it off your list and you'll be nice and cool and well rested by the time it's over. Also, staying at the Magic Kingdom, another little tip: if you don't know, on Main Street USA, you can actually walk all the way from the top to the bottom of Main Street via the shops. And that's because all the shops are actually interlinked inside, so you can literally enter stores right at the bottom of Main Street and walk all the way down and pop out at Casey's Corner restaurant, which is right at the top of Main Street, and you've never been outside. This is great because you've got shade, you've got air conditioning, you've got shopping, plus you can grab yourself a hot dog before continuing on your adventure. That's not essential, but it's just something to think about. Maybe that's just me. Now, before we continue on with our tips, I just want to thank you for watching this video so far and ask that if you are enjoying it, please consider hitting the thumbs up button, as it can help the video be discovered by more people just like you. Thanks. Well, in a video like this where we're talking about beating the heat, I think it would be a little bit remiss of me to not mention the water rides that can be found at the various Disney parks. Now, starting at Magic Kingdom, this is the part of the video where I would usually suggest that you check out Splash Mountain for its multiple fun drops and a guaranteed soaking. Unfortunately, as you may have heard, Splash Mountain recently closed ahead of a planned reimagining as the Princess and the Frog themed Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction. Now, this is not due to arrive till late 2024, so there are currently no what I would call proper water rides at the Magic Kingdom. There's always It's a Small World, however, which is a boat ride, and it's got air conditioning, but you will have to listen to the music, which will haunt your dreams. Moving on to Epcot now, might I recommend the Mexico Pavilion's Grand Fiesta Tour. It's dark in there and it's air conditioned. It's just a really nice, relaxing cool-off. Now, obviously, you're not actually going to get wet on this ride, but again, it's a boat, so I'm calling it a water ride. And this one is amazing if things are getting too warm for comfort when making your way around the World Showcase. It's honestly one of my favourite things to do. Next, we are heading to arguably the hottest place on planet Earth, Animal Kingdom. Yes, that's right, there is definitely something about Animal Kingdom that just seems to make it feel so much hotter than any other Disney theme park. But worry not, because Animal Kingdom is home to a very serious water ride in the shape of the Cali River Rapids. This whitewater raft ride is a perfect way to cool off thanks to the fact that you're going to get, well, properly soaked on this one. It definitely will cool you off a lot. In fact, you might want to bring some extra clothes. As for Hollywood Studios, they don't have any water rides or even boat rides. They just want to watch you burn in that queue for Slinky Dog. It's outside, for God's sake. No shade, Disney. Come on. Come on. Anyway, hopefully this video was helpful or at least entertaining. And if it was, you should definitely check out this video next. Thanks for watching.